person who's going to share his life testimony with us. This brother is one of the kindest, and he's just he has such a warm heart, and he wants everyone to be happy and to feel good, and he will always try his best to help everyone, and he will even invite all the people he knows to come to church. So let's welcome James.
Good afternoon, church. Before I start my testimony today, I would like to thank Jerry and the worship team today, who were fantastic. It was so amazing. My hand was full of electricity, and then my body temperature just risen so dramatically. So that was, and I felt like I was in a trance, and I was like a bird flying in heaven. But thanks to the testimony I'm going to share, I'm a long way from heaven. So I've given a testimony about suffering in the past, and it's no different today, actually. So basically, it's about a serious infection that I had now. I've lost it 3 weeks ago. It's called tooth abscess. For those of you who don't know about tooth abscess, it's quite a serious condition, and if you don't treat it, it can have very serious consequences. You'll find out very soon. So I'll start off by going back 6 months, and when I got this infection, actually, I thought it was enough of an infection, and because I also got fear of going to the dentist as well, I didn't go for like a year or so. It's not only an infection that I had 6 months ago, it's also that I had pain as well. I had tooth pain, I had gum pain as well, and jaw pain as well. But what I did to treat this pain was I used some medicine. I used ibuprofen, and I used clove oil, which basically reduces the pain but doesn't get rid of the pain. So if I go back 6 months, I can safely say that I had this condition for nearly 6 months. That's not to say it wasn't treated in between. I actually had treatment 3 months ago, antibiotics, to not actually treat the condition, but to make sure it doesn't spread to other places. So yeah, basically my mistake was I just took it so lightly, actually, and then I think something prompted me to make an appointment with the dentist, because I know when I go to the dentist I'm going to have some bad news probably, or maybe not as bad news as I thought. But I made an appointment with the dentist, which was not in my area, but in my mum's area. But the problem is I could only get Saturday appointments. So when I get this appointment, it's not so regular sometimes, because sometimes it's so booked up on the Saturday. So I found out about tooth abscess just before I went to the dentist, and then I did some in-depth research, and if it's not treated, you can have some very serious consequences, as you can see on the first slide, where it can spread to different places of the body, like to the heart, it can spread to the brain, and that can become very fatal. So in that sense, it's very life-threatening. So I went through some painful times before this, but I really praise God for that. When I went to the dentist, it was painless, and even though the dentist said I got abscess, the dentist didn't say this is a very serious condition. And but I felt that, even though I go to the dentist, I'm going to spend a lot of money. Money wasn't important at that point in time, and I know money's not important now. But I think life is so important, actually, and I wish I could converse a bit later on about this. So in order to treat the tooth abscess, they said they could do a root canal treatment. But then there was some complication, because this root canal treatment couldn't happen because that tooth got a fracture. So the root canal went out the window, and then I had antibiotics to actually control, to make sure that this infection didn't get worse or doesn't spread to other places of the body. So everything went well during, I had a lot of appointments with the dentist. I had fillings done, I had another tooth which was a bit fragile, but then somehow that tooth got saved. My wisdom tooth had to come out as well. So So going through the dangers of tooth abscess, you can see how dangerous it can really be. And I actually changed dentists because I made this decision because of so many appointments with the dentist, and sometimes I have to wait quite a long time to go to the dentist. So every week I went to the dentist, had lots of different things done, cleaning, fillings, temporary fillings, permanent fillings, you know. And then I had to do the tooth extraction of this abscess tooth because the infection will come out that way. But then the dentist couldn't do it because there was like a thing right next to it, and it was kind of risky. So I was getting referred to a specialist. So the specialist I had to be referred, I had to wait like 2 or 3 weeks as well. So I really prayed for the support I got. My life group as well, because many people prayed for me, over various weeks. And so 3 weeks ago, this tooth came out and the infection was removed. So that was a big relief. The work isn't finished yet because I'm going to probably have an implant in about 3 months' time, which will cost about £2,000 to do, just for one tooth. So it's quite expensive business, the dentist business. But right now, the money's not really on my mind. And so basically, I like to share a couple of verses. The first one from Philippians 4:6, which speaks to me not only today, not only the past 4 months, but also in previous times. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God." That kind of helped me through the whole process, not to worry, because there were not a lot of nights where I didn't sleep, where I was affected so much that I couldn't sleep at all. I slept fairly well most of the time. There were times I have to wake up in the middle of the night because of very severe pain, and that was actually before I went anywhere near the dentist. But, and the next verse I'm going to share is Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plan to prosper you and not to harm you, plan to give you hope in the future." And basically, hope in the future is what I've got right now, and that's something I'm very thankful for, actually. Because it could be so different. Because you've had situations, I've had friends have illnesses and they just pass away, so it's even below 30 even, so I'm always thankful to appreciate life, and this kind of experience has helped me to appreciate life. I know I've had some experience in the past as well, where 3 years ago I shared where I had something removed because there was a fear of cancer back then. And then my last testimony I shared where I went missing in the sea, so this is another survival testimony. And it's a pleasure to be here, and I'd like to thank all my family members, my friends, everyone who prayed for me as well, who kept me in prayer as well. So it's thankful that, I can actually, know I've got a future now, so I can focus on that as well. So health is just one thing you just can't buy. You can buy anything you want in life, you have anything you want in life, maybe health is something you can't buy, so it's priceless. So just thanks for listening for my testimony today.
Wow, thank you, James. Amazing, all the suffering, and he's still such a joyful person, actually. I think James is a good example who, someone who really trusts God and then prays and everything. And it's because sometimes if we are in difficult situation, we tend to blame God, but actually there's no point to do that, because sometimes God just test our faith and see if we really love Him, if we really trust Him. And I can really see that in James, how he always trusts God. And God just helps him out. Amazing. Thank you, James. Okay, time for the offering. Yes. So with a thankful heart, just